Friends, life is full of difficult moments. How do we deal with them? Especially now, of course, as a nation, we're going through very difficult time. When is this war going to end? Every day you hear 2 or 3 soldiers that die, unfortunately. Lo alenu, may Hashem protect them. It's really hard, it's very difficult. How do you deal with that? So I wanted to share with you something I believe very interesting. When Yaakov is being told by God that what is going to happen to his family and himself is that they're going to go down to Egypt. The pasuk says the following: Anochi ered imecha mitzrayma. I'm not sending you someplace. I'm going to go with you. Ve'anochi alcha gam alo. And I'm also going to bring you back from Egypt back to the land of Israel. There's a beautiful explanation from the Baalei Tosafot in the Pirush on the Torah, that's Zekenim, who says the following. We know that the Torah tells us that the Shiv'im Nefesh Yardu Avotecha Mitzrayma, there were 70 members of Yaakov's family, including Yaakov, who went to Egypt. The Tosfot asked the question, if you count, you're going to have 69, not 70. So, of course, you would think maybe the Torah rounds it up. No, the Torah does not round anything up. Says the Tosafot, I quote, Yardu leMitzrayim nimna HaKadosh Baruch Hu imahem be'atzmo u'bichvodo. Hashem himself was counted as one. Share bifratan lo timtza rak 69 uchtiv b'shivim nefesh. Because when you count, you have 69 and it says 70. Hare shenimna HaKadosh Baruch Hu imahem ve'ayu 70. That means that God was counted with them. And there was 70 with God. So you have 69 plus 1, that's 70. 70 people went down to Egypt. People, of course, is not going to be literal for the 70th. And the Tosfot says, and when they came back, they came out of Egypt. In Yetziat Mitzrayim, coming out of Egypt. Same thing happens. Where is that? I don't know the source for Tosfot, but Tosfot is good enough of a source for me. V'gam ba'alotam alu 60 ribo chaser echad. He says when it says there were 600,000 males between a certain age and another, it was not 600,000, it was 599,999. Ve'ala ve'ayu shalemim. God includes himself in there, and they happen to be shalem, complete. We're never alone. We're never alone. God is not just overviewing and supervising what is happening. God is there. Imo anochi betzara. I am with you in your tzara. Doesn't mean I'm okay over the phone, I know what's happening. No, God is not over the phone, God is with us. I'll tell you a very beautiful mashal, and that could help sometimes when people have difficulties in their lives. So there was once a man called Nahum Margaliot, and he had 2 daughters in Israel years ago. He had 2 daughters, only 2 daughters. And there was a very, very unfortunate situation that both his daughters got killed in a car accident. He had no more children. He was not in age that he could have children anymore. It was horrible tragedy. People came to Menachem Avel, but they saw he had a smile. He was calm. He was serene. A close friend of his asked him, how is it possible, humanly possible, that someone who's going through a tragic situation like you would be so serene and so calm? And he said to him, now, instead of what he said to him, I'm going to give you my own mashal. It's the same thing. I'm asking you, did you ever have the zechut to go visit Rabbi Ovadia Yosef? Anybody who went to visit Rabbi Ovadia Yosef will know exactly what I'm talking about. If he liked you, he slapped you. I remember when I went, the last time I saw him before his passing, 6 months before his passing, I went and I was a young rabbi, and I his son, Rabbi David, who came with me, he said, he gave me a slap, a big slap. Then he said, no, he's also a Rav Kehila. I said, oh, he's also Rav Kehila? Bam! Another slap on the other side. Mimina umismola, he said, both. And he slapped me again. Don't think those slaps didn't hurt. They were slaps, not just a little tap. They were strong slaps. But coming from the man he was, those slaps were slaps of love. They were slaps that I wish today I would pay money to get slapped by Rabbi Ovadia Yosef again. And if you experience that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Coming back to this Nachum Margaliot, he didn't give this mashal, but he just said, if you're walking on the street and someone gives you a big slap in the back, you're upset. What do? You turn around and you want to see who it is. If it's a good friend of yours, then even if you don't understand the nature of the slap, you will not judge unfavorably. You'll know that it's coming from a place of love. You know, sometimes somebody has a mosquito. It happened to me once. Somebody had a mosquito here. I just kept, don't move, and you kill the mosquito, right? And this person, if they don't know you're a friend, they'll punch you on the face. What are you punching me? But because you're a friend, they know that something good you must have been doing. Said this guy, Mr. Margaliot, he says, you know, when I turned around after this big slap, I saw it was Hashem. And if Hashem was a place from love, is hurting me, it's a friend who's slapping me. And that's how I see life. And he was serene. It's hard. It's hard to take this story and this explanation and live it. I understand that. It's factual. It's just for us to understand it deeper, but that's what it is, and that's what Tosfot says. God went with Yaakov. He says, do not worry. It's going to hurt. It's going to be difficult. There's going to be risks. Everything is true. But I'm there. I'm not only there watching you, I'm there with you. I'm part of the numbers. It's like if you go you on a trip and you have a family of 5, you say, no, we are 6 travelers, but we're only paying for 5. The 6th one doesn't pay. But we are 6 travelers, we're not 5. Actually, I just want to end with a little something I want to show you. You know, there was these Texan farmers, who went to Israel to help. They became famous, and many groups of Christian farmers that went to Israel. So apparently a group came back and they were asked a couple of questions. Let me just show you a quick video.
What manner or Israeli behavior was weird to you?
Let's see.
What
it's
manner
really
was
cool
weird?
to see the family aspect and how everyone is, like family. I guess it took a while to get used to people yelling at people.
People yelling in Israel? I don't know what he's talking about.
Like in a friendly way, like they weren't necessarily mad at each other. That's just how they were communicating. On the airplanes and stuff, and the guys doing their prayers and Bob's a little off. It's like, okay, this is different. I haven't been exposed to that before.
The fact that the Jewish people are so closely knit together is like a family. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody wants to help. Something we're starting to lose as a culture in the world, but I think Israel is a beautiful example of that.
So my point here is really the following. So these guys, I think 2 out of 4 are the ones saying, you know, the main thing that kind of shocked them is the family aspect of the Jewish people. I don't believe there's a family aspect of the Jewish people without having a head of the family. And that means, again, my point, that God is there. Because you have the patriarch, in a sense, and then you have the family. God is there. Why are things happening we may not understand? But knowing that the one who is giving God a slap in the back is God should make things easier. Shabbat Shalom.